Hello everyone and welcome back to the sessions on economics for finance. We are continuing with the topic international trade, that is chapter 4 of your ICAI study material, where we are now getting started with the third unit of this chapter, trade negotiations. So basically there is nothing much over here to discuss, just a little bit of notes writing that is required for you. So I will be providing you notes in question answer format, and let us begin with this question. Describe the structure and guiding principles of the World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization, that is WTO, is the only global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between nations. At its core are the WTO agreements negotiated and signed by the bulk of the world's trading nations and ratified in their parliaments. The goal is to help producers of goods and services, exporters and importers conduct their business. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, once you have finished writing this much, let us move ahead and continue writing further. The WTO is the international organization whose primary purpose is to open trade for the benefit of all. The WTO activities are supported by Secretariat located in Geneva, headed by a Director General. It has a three-tier system of decision making. The WTO's top level decision making body is the Ministerial Conference, which can take decisions on all matters under any of the multilateral trade agreements. The Ministerial Conference meets at least once every 2 years. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, once you have finished writing this much, let us continue further writing ahead. At the next level, the Goods Council, Services Council and Intellectual Property, that is TRIPS Council, report to the General Council. These councils are responsible for overseeing the implementation of the WTO agreements in their respective areas of specialization. Right from its inception, the WTO has been driven by a number of fundamental principles which are the foundations of multilateral trading system. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, so once you have finished writing this much, let us move ahead to the next question, that is explain the major guiding principles of WTO. Trade without discrimination is the first one. Under the agreements, countries cannot normally discriminate between their trading partners. If a country lowers a trade barrier or opens up a market, it has to do for the same goods or services from all other members. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, let us move ahead and continue writing further. The next thing is the National Treatment Principle, that is NTP. Any country should not discriminate between its own and foreign products, services or nationals. For instance, once imported apples reach Indian market, they cannot be discriminated against and it should be treated at par in respect of marketing opportunities, product visibility or any other aspect with locally produced apples. Next point is freer trade. Lowering trade barriers for opening up markets is one of the most obvious means of encouraging trade as dictated by the WTO. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, once you have finished writing this much, let us move ahead and continue writing further. Predictability is the next point. Foreign companies, investors and governments should be confident that the trade barriers will not be raised arbitrarily. This is achieved through binding tariff rates, discouraging the use of quotas and other measures used to set limits on quantities of imports, establishing market opening commitments and other measures to ensure transparency. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, once you have finished writing this much, let us move ahead and continue writing further. Principle of general prohibition of quantitative restrictions. One reason for this prohibition is that quantitative restrictions are considered to have a greater protective effect than tariff measures and are more likely to distort the free flow of trade. The next point is greater competitiveness. This is to be achieved by discouraging unfair practices such as export subsidies, dumping, etc. So please write up this as well, and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, once you have finished writing this, let us move to the next point, that is tariffs as legitimate measures for the protection of domestic industries. The imposition of tariffs should be the only method of protection, and tariff rates for individual items should be gradually reduced through negotiation on a reciprocal and mutually advantageous basis. The next point is transparency in decision making. The WTO insists that any decision by members in the sphere of trade or in respect of matters affecting trade should be transparent, verifiable. So quickly write up these couple of points and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, let us move ahead and continue writing further. The next point is progressive liberalization. Many trade issues of a controversial nature similar to labor standards, non-agricultural market access, etc. to be liberalized after discussion. Market access is the next point. The WTO aims to increase the world trade by enhancing the market access by converting all non-tariff barriers into tariffs which are subject to country specific limits. Further, in major multilateral agreements like the Agreement on Agriculture, that is AOA, specific targets have been specified for ensuring market access. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, let us move ahead and continue writing further. The next point is special privileges to less developed countries. With majority of WTO members being developing countries and countries in transition to market economics, the WTO deliberations favor less developed countries by giving them greater flexibility, special privileges and permission to phase out the transition period. Next point is protection of health and environment. The WTO's agreements support measures to protect not only the environment but also human, animal as well as plant health. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, so once you have finished writing this much, let us move ahead and continue writing further. A transparent, effective and verifiable dispute settlement mechanism. Trade relations frequently involve conflicting interests. Any dispute arising out of violation of trade rules leading to infringement of rights under the agreement or misunderstanding arising as regards the interpretation of rules are to be settled through consultation. So please write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, so once you have finished writing this much, let us move ahead and now write about functions of WTO. Following are some of the major concerns in respect of functioning of the WTO. The progress of multilateral negotiation on trade liberalization is very slow, and the requirement of consensus among all members acts as a constraint and create rigidity in the system. As a result, countries find regionalism a plausible alternative. The complex network of regional agreements introduces uncertainties and murkiness in the global trade system. So, write up this much and then I take you ahead. Alright friends, let us move ahead and continue writing further under the same heading, functions of WTO. The achievement in liberalizing trade in agriculture, textile and apparel and in many other areas of international commerce has been negligible. The latest negotiations such as Doha Development Round have run into problems and their definitive success is doubtful. Most countries, particularly developing countries, are dissatisfied with the WTO because in practice most of the promises of the Uruguay Round agreement to expand global trade has not been materialized. So please write up this whole thing, and that will be end of this discussion and end of this session as well.